Greetings and thanks for joining me for a quick tour of Hinge EPM, our hosted enterprise application built from the ground up for managing energy efficiency programs. We'll dive into the application in just a minute, but first I want to say a few things about the architecture and the scope of the programs that we support. Hinge EPM has been developed over the past 2 years using industry standard components such as .NET, Adobe Flex, SharePoint Services, Microsoft Workflow Foundation, and Microsoft Workflow SQL Server reporting services to build a very rich set of capabilities necessary for the increasing scale, agility, and transparency required in energy efficiency program management. Some examples include a measures engine that enables administrators to manage measures centrally and then associate them with whatever number of programs they are a part of. We have a document repository, which not only stores Word documents, but also Excel worksheets that are linked to data in Hinge EPM. We have user interfaces specifically to the different types of users that interact with the system. So whether you're an administrator looking for rolled up data across programs, or a program manager looking to get into the very nitty-gritty details of projects, or a contractor looking for an enrollment process as well as details on projects, or a rate-paying consumer who needs a very easy-to-use online form environment, we have the appropriate user interface. And finally, one of the most important aspects of Hinge EPM is that we have pre-built workflow and rules objects for all the common types of programs that energy efficiency program managers administer. So whether it's a simple rebate program where it's just about filling out a form and submitting an invoice, or it's a home audit, which is a little more complex in that you're scheduling a contractor, or contractor-led residential, small to mid-sized business, or even high-end custom C&I projects requiring many cycles of approval and stakeholders, including auditors, contractors, regulators, program managers, and inspectors, we have pre-built workflow objects and rule objects that enable us to configure programs in hours rather than requiring weeks or months of custom development and maintenance. And what's best of all is that Hinge EPM normalizes the data from all the different types of programs and rolls it up into reports and charts that enable administrators and regulators to see what's working and what's not working very quickly. In fact, that's where I'm going to start the demo. I'm going to log in as Steve Edwards. He is a program director, and so we'll log in as him first. And we'll be taken to his landing page, which is our dashboard view, which contains 2 charts that illustrate total program performance. So that's across the 9 individual residential and commercial programs that he's got and the 2 program managers that he has. Oops. Here we go. On the left-hand side, we have performance relative to incentive spending goals, and on the right-hand side, we have performance relative to energy savings goals. The orange bullseye is our year-to-date target, and the green is our annual target. So what we see on the left is that we're about halfway towards our year-to-date target, so really underperforming on incentive spending. However, on the right-hand side, we see that we're on target to hit our annual goal just 2/3 of the way into the year. The pipeline, or the stacked bar chart, indicates to us the varying stages that projects are at, ranging from the planning stage all the way through to the booked stage. So what we see here is that about half of our expected energy savings comes from projects that are not yet complete. So we might want to drill in and make sure that the inspection process is on track for this large section of projects that are in the verifying stage. Now, as I said, this is a roll-up across 9 programs, and one of the great things about Hinge EPM is that we can drill down progressively into greater detail to see where performance is good and where it's not so good. And so if I separate my programs between residential and commercial, I can see that on the spending side, they're pretty similar. They're both behind target. However, on the energy saving side, it's really the commercial programs that are exhibiting exceptional performance. Now, if I wanted to drill even farther and look at the programs, commercial programs specifically, let's just drill into Kevin Peterson's programs. He's the commercial program manager. All right, and we'll see he's got 3 programs. One of them is really just a pilot, and then it's just the prescriptive measures program that's overperforming. Now what we'll want to do is drill into the data itself and start to take a look at the projects that make up this verifying stage.